Yo, what up guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I'm here in my 2016 Dodge Grand Caravan, and what I'm going to be working on today is I'm going to be installing a aftermarket rear view camera. So my van already comes with an OEM camera, but with the T'EYES unit, it doesn't look right. The colors are off and it's just grainy and fuzzy. So I'm pretty sure with this one, it's going to look way better. The T'EYES unit already came with a camera, this style, but I just don't like it. It looks too bulky. I don't know, I just don't like the look of it. So I ended up finding this one, which this is the one I'm gonna be installing. So this one comes with the video cable, comes with the pry removal tool, power cable, and the nut to secure the camera, and some like spacers to angle the camera to get the best angle up or down. So I'm gonna be installing this one, and let me get to it and I'll walk you through the process. All right, guys, so before I start taking off panels and doing the wiring, I wanted to test out the camera to make sure that it works. So this unit has this feature that you don't have to be in reverse in order to get a rear view of the camera. So you hit it here. No, not here. You hit here and then see it says reverse. And there you go. So I got the camera wired up right now. As you can see, it works. So that tells me that the stock camera does the same thing. So that tells me that the stock camera has power running to it all the time. You don't have to put it on reverse in order to get the picture. So I'm gonna try to tap into the power wire that's controlling the stock camera in order to keep this feature on this unit. All right, guys, in order to get access to the reverse camera, you have to take off two main panels, which is this one right here. And you do that by first removing this shock right here is for the liftgate. So it has a little clip. You put a screwdriver, pop it out, and then this pops out like that. Then you bring it down, and only when you do that, then you can remove this, because it has a little space right there where you got to remove it, and then the rest is clips. So you go around with a pry tool and just unclip it. It goes here, 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 and here. And then after you remove that, then you got to remove this piece right here. This one's held on by 4 Phillips head screws right there, which is right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the rest is just a bunch of clips like this. I got to remove that because it stayed on there, but it's just like push pins like that, push clips. Just start prying it slowly. Once you remove all those 4, you can start pulling and just taking it off slowly. Just remember also to take off your light. You disconnect it from here. So let me see what other panels I need to take off in order to get to the rear view camera, and I'll show you guys. All right, guys, in order to gain access to the rear view camera, which is right here, you have to remove this whole panel, which goes right here. That whole panel right there, you have to remove it. And it has about 6 screws, which to access 2 of them is right here. You have to remove a screw that goes here, a Phillips screw, and then a push pin. And then this is gonna give you space to get to that screw. And there's one more, and right there, you see, right there. Same thing on the other side. And then it has a screw right there, screw right there, and then a couple of push pins that you have to locate in there, and then another push pin right there, a screw right here, and you got to remove this cable right here, and disconnect this one too from here in order to gain access to this. If you can see, mine's broke, but I'll reglue them. So it goes one there, which is like this style. Right, this one fell, but I'm gonna put it back on. And it has screw right here, screw right here, here and here. And these are the push pins that we have to let loose in order for this panel to come out. Right there and right there. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 screws, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 like tabs, push pins in order to get to the camera. So if you can see, the camera is right there. So I'm gonna try to disconnect this, and let me see what I could do in order to put the other camera on there. All right, guys, upon checking the system, the stock one, if you remove it from here, it pops up. right? So there's a big hole left here. In order to patch this up, I'll probably be able to do it, but I'll have to fabricate a piece so I can close up this hole. So what I decided to do is just leave it in place here, and I'm just gonna tap a hole here, and see, you just put the screw, a little hole there, screw, and then it'll be in that spot. And then I'll just tap it into the wires that come from the camera, which will be here. I just gotta figure out which is ground and which is power, and that'll be it. All right, guys, ended up mounting the camera right there. I actually used a, what is it, a 1/4 drill bit right there, 1/4 drill bit for the hole, if you can see right here in the back. And I used a supplied screw with a 10 mil wrench to get it on there. So right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mount this piece back in the car, and I'm gonna run the cables to the front of the stereo without tucking, just to test it out to make sure I got the perfect view before I put everything back together. All right, guys, I wanted to show you how I routed the camera cable. So here it goes. I used like 16 tab right here to tuck the wire. There's another one here, right there and right there. I ran up the cable through here. It had some tape like this, electrical tape, so I cut it to give me a space to run the cable. Ran it through in here first, got it out here, right here, and retaped it. All right, guys, so I wanted to show you where I'm running power to the camera. So if you have this, if you're doing the same setup I'm doing, just adding another camera to the existing system, because you're running an OEM camera, this is where you're gonna get power. So the first cable up here, that's the ground. Let me see, right there. The first black one, that's ground. And then the power is this pink wire, which would be the second wire on the bottom, pink with a yellow stripe. That's power. And here's where I tapped into it right here. Power, and then ground to the black cable. So if you're running the same thing I'm doing, this is where you're getting power. If you don't have a stock camera, then I believe you can still use ground, or you can use any point in the chassis will be ground, and then power, you will grab it from the reverse light here. You would have to take off this bolt right here, and the one on the bottom, this pulls out, and just tap into the power wire here, and even the ground if you wanted to. But if not, if you do have a stock camera, then this is where you're getting power from. All right, guys, I wanted to show you how I routed the wire. I ran it through here, basically following the original wire harness all the way around. When I got to here, I popped this rubber piece out so I can run the cable through inside the original wire loom through here. In order to get this piece out, this piece, there's one screw there, one screw there. There's some little covers, so you just pop them out and the screws are there, and then everything is just tabs like that, and you pop it down and that's it. So what I did here, I wanted to show you guys, I put a zip tie, taped the end of it, ran it through here, grabbed it with some pliers, and then pushed it all the way out, and then ran the cable. So what I'm gonna do now is run the cable all along the top side until I get to the front. All right, guys, I wanted to show you. So I tucked the wire all around the roof line, all the way around, and when I got to here, I took off this panel so I can run the cable through there. Brought this down so I can have more leverage on the bottom. All you have to do is push it on this end and the other end, and it pops down. And I took off the middle console right here. So it just took off the two screws that go one here, popped out the stereo. And so I can get my hand behind there so I can run the cable and then route it through here, through the top, right there. So just ran it through here, to the bottom, and all the way around to that end. All right, guys, so we're done routing the cable. Now we just gotta put the panels back. Make sure you put, if you took off this wire, put it back in there, clip it back in place. Clip the power for the stock camera back in place. And we're gonna start off by putting this piece first, the big one up here. You clip it in place, and then you gotta put in the 4 screws. And then we proceed to put this piece up here. So let me get that going. All right, guys, quick tip. Once you're running the wire, the video wire through here and under here to get it on the roof line, under this panel right here, make sure that you put this gasket back in, because if not, and you wash the car or it rains, you will get water. So make sure this is seated correctly and popped in place so you don't get water inside the vehicle. All right guys, I wanted to show you a before and after. So this is how it looks with the stock camera, and this will be after. As you can see, the picture quality is way better. All right guys, so that's it for this video. I wanted to show you guys how the camera looks. That's the stock one, and that's the aftermarket one. So anybody's interested in this one, I'll be posting the link in the description up below. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down below. Catch you on the next one. Peace.